It is 3 o'clock in the morning. I guess Erin decided to start her day early today.
Well, at least she's happy. But man, it's going to be a rough day with such little sleep. You'd think we'd be heading to a theme park with that level of excitement.
In my personal opinion, the only reason to be up this early is if we are actually headed to a theme park.
Well, we may not be headed to a theme park, but I do know a way that we could wake up and get a little piece of that theme park magic here in our living room.
Dress Erin up as a wizard and pretend like we're riding on Forbidden Journey?
No.
Sing It's a Pirate's Life for me and splash water on our faces?
What? Never mind. We should brew a pot of Expedition Roasters coffee.
Oh, that's a much more sensible idea. I guess I'm too tired to think straight. What flavor should we make?
I'm thinking that maybe we could try their newest flavor, Wonderland Coffee Crumb Cake.
Oh, that flavor sounds really good. Or we could brew Fortune and Glory Bourbon Streusel. Or Enchanted Tiki Coconut.
Honestly, I'm so tired of having a feeling that we're going to have multiple cups, so let's brew them all.
Uh-oh. Sounds like Erin requires our immediate attention, if you know what I mean. Want to take this one, Daddy?
What was that? I think I hear the kettle boiling already. I'm going to go grab that and make the coffee, okay?
But the kettle wasn't even on. Oh, well. As long as he comes back with a cup of Expedition Roasters, I really don't care. Come on, Erin. Let's go take care of business. Start your expedition today at expeditionroasters.com and use coupon code DUO15 to save 15% off your first purchase of Expedition Roasters themed coffees, shirts, and mugs. You can even get an art print of your favorite bag design. Brew your happy place. Expedition Roasters, an adventure in every bag.
Hi, and welcome to the Theme Park Duo podcast. Grab your park map, churro, and hop in line with us as we take you on a coast-to-coast adventure through the world of theme parks, haunts, conventions, and more. Now, here's your hosts, Nikki and Gabriel.
Hey everybody, welcome to another fantastic episode of the Theme Park Duo podcast. I'm Nikki.
And I'm Gabe.
And we are the Theme Park Duo. So we have a fun episode today, kind of just us rolling off the top of our head, just, having fun. It is our top 5 list of Walt Disney World to Disneyland Wishlist.
Yeah, so obviously there's always a large discussion on the internet, the interwebs of which one's better and all this kind of stuff. And we don't like to really prescribe to that because they're just distinctly different. And there really isn't about comparison. But if there were things that we really, really wish that Disneyland had, that Walt Disney World has, what would they be?
Yeah.
And I posed that question to you, and, we have a top 5 list. We have our own personal list. We don't know what are on each other's lists. And I think this is going to be interesting. I genuinely don't think you're going to guess what's on my list. I feel like you have a predetermined idea of what you think I'm going to put on my list.
Yeah, maybe. I think one thing might be the same.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think one thing might be the same on our list.
Mine are yeah, well, I'm not going to get into any specifics. But I do think might be slightly surprised by what I'm going to say. But yeah, we have our own particular top 5, but they aren't in any particular order.
Yeah.
It's not like one thing is better than the most. It's just what we think would be interesting to have over here on the West Coast that the East Coast has.
Yeah.
So, Nikki, would you like to start off with your not in technical order number 1?
Oh, well, yeah, okay, I'll start. This is kind of a big one, but it's the one that I'm thinking about the most, so I'm going to say it. I would like us to have a functional barbershop on Main Street.
See, that's not my list, but that's actually a really interesting one.
That's the one that I thought was going to be on your list.
No, it's not on my list.
Well, see, our friends Stephen and Tiffany, formerly of Extended Q.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice, we did that at the same time. You owe me a Coke.
You've kind of forced that. You, mimicked when I was saying it.
I was going to say that, yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Shut up. Oh my God, stop. I will storm out. You were already on my last nerve. You know that.
You were eating
Okay.
chips before the show. I can't record while you're munching your mouth.
Stop. Okay. Well, our friends Stephen and Tiffany just got their son's first haircut on Main Street at the barbershop, and they get these cute little ears and a certificate, and I really want that for Aaron.
It's a pretty cute, like, souvenir, like,
Yeah.
like milestone moment for any kid.
Yeah.
I mean, let alone just, like, first trip to Disneyland, first trip to Walt Disney World. To have something
First
like just like on
haircut.
top of that, which is pretty cool.
Well, she is a girl. Her hair could get...
No, it's a boy.
No, I'm talking about Aaron now.
Oh.
We have a girl.
I was like Leighton. I'm pretty sure it's a boy.
So he's around his time where he should get his first haircut. But Erin's a girl. Her hair could get as long as we want it to get. So
sure.
her first haircut could very well be
Walt Disney World.
Walt Disney World.
So
We just have to let it grow out for a while.
that is an interesting one, though.
Yeah.
I do think that's cool. I actually probably would prefer that over like a random like clothing store.
Yeah.
You know, because there does seem to feel like there's a lot of clothing stores on Main Street, at least on our Main Street.
Yeah. There are.
All I need is Emporium.
Yeah, it's like they slowly got rid of all the other like specialty things, and it's
Like the bra
just,
shop.
just more merch stores, you know.
The bra shop, cigar shop, all that fun stuff is
yeah,
gone.
all
Now
the
it's just
super fun
family-friendly stuff.
But yeah, so that's one of the things on my list.
Okay. Well, one of my things, and I think this is just kind of like a given, is I wish we had more space, like Walt Disney World does.
That's on my list.
Just in general, just like in general, I wish we had more space. I just like how big and spacious the hub is. How big they're like. Obviously, I understand why it is the way it is.
Yeah.
This is literally me just wishing.
Fantasy. Yeah.
Fantasy world.
Yeah.
I wish we had this.
I kept thinking of things for my list, and
Literally, it says space exclamation point
no, like,
exclamation
like
point exclamation
I thought of
point.
space, and then I kept thinking of other things, and all of the other things I kept thinking of can be boiled down to space. Like you
If
just
we
need
had
more
space.
space. No, it's like they require more space. So ultimately, what I
Yeah.
really want is space.
I mean, we know that Disneyland has a issue with property
Yeah.
and being landlocked based on where they are in Anaheim. And Anaheim and Disneyland just don't work well together. At least right now they don't work well together. Hopefully in the future they do. I mean, personally, if I was the one who was running it, like who was like in charge of everything that was going on in Anaheim with regards to Disneyland,
You'd embrace Disneyland.
I would embrace Disneyland as much as I possibly
Yeah.
could, because they are the only reason why Anaheim is
like
even a thing.
Buena Park is doing with Knott's.
But yeah, Buena Park is very much embracing Knott's.
Yeah, they're kind of trying to do a whole like downtown Disney vibe, like strip right there on what's that
They're
street?
updating it, Beach Boulevard.
Beach Boulevard. Yeah, they're like redoing a whole bunch of the shops. They put the Portos in right there. They're really trying to amp it up. And they have a whole bunch of nice signs in the middle of the road, and you can tell they're really like, okay, cool. Knott's is a big draw. Let's really make this surrounding area super nice.
Yeah, they're adding restaurants
Yeah.
currently and other things like that. There's always construction happening there.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I were Anaheim, I would embrace Disneyland to the fullest extent. Obviously not wanting to like shoo people out of businesses or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I would try to help their progress along, because the more money they bring into Disneyland, the more money they bring into Anaheim. And like I said, if Disneyland didn't exist, nobody would really know what Anaheim was. It's not like the Angels just would have plopped down in
See,
Anaheim.
is that really true, though? Does Disney really bring in money to Anaheim? I mean, except for the immediately surrounding hotels.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Hotels, restaurants,
There's a convention center.
convention
Yeah.
center.
That
There's a bunch of
convention center
stuff.
probably gets more big draw items because of Disneyland.
And Anaheim gets taxes from
Yeah.
Disneyland, I'm sure. So there's and they get like power, like the water power bills from them and stuff
Yeah.
too. There's a bunch of stuff that I feel like Anaheim benefits from Disneyland, and they just do not embrace them at all. It's like they cause a problem, which I'm not saying that they don't, But overall, that's a different tangent.
Yeah.
I want more space at Disneyland. I want things to be a little bit more open and spacious. I know they're trying their hardest to do that right now with getting rid of like planters and benches and things like that where they don't need to be. But I mean, that's also not what I'm talking about.
But that's also a sore spot because as we just witnessed, the Adventureland sign.
Yeah, they're gonna refurbish it and bring it back in a different manner.
Yeah.
But they also just got rid of that hut, which was kind of an interesting hut. I mean, that's a small thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's also a situation of they're giving me what I want and they're gonna bring the sign back, but we're also losing a little bit.
Which I mean, I
can live with a little bit of that. But,
yeah.
But
ultimately,
they're trying.
Ultimately, it's for more space to stop it feeling as congested, which what they've already done to Adventureland has helped a lot.
Oh yeah, I bitched and moaned about the fact that they're getting rid of Indiana Jones Outpost for like a seating area so that they could move the store that was there for now stroller parking instead of stroller parking in the center. I feel like that's opened up the area significantly, and even on top of that, having Tropical Hideaway as an additional seating area to eat. Now that, they have Bengal Barbecue, they have a few other things in that area, it's really opened up the space, and it's actually been a lot more bearable.
Oh, yeah.
And that I've noticed, especially having left before Tropical Hideaway and coming after, I've seen a significant difference, which I actually kind of enjoy.
Yeah.
So, what's your next one? I ruined one of yours.
Yeah.
Did you have space, ! On yours too?
Yeah, pretty much I did. Okay. I guess my next one will be... It's so hard because a lot of mine are these over-encompassing ideas and...
Damn it, that's what I was gonna... That's all of my stuff. They're over-encompassing ideas. I thought you were gonna be like... Gabe just wants Expedition Everest at our park.
No, I knew you were like.
I don't know why.
Like literally, the barbershop was only my specific thing.
I only have one specific thing too. Okay, we're much more similar than I thought. By the way, I don't know why I did your voice. Why are you talking to me like this?
I'm very offended at that too. I'm trying to control my rage right now.
Feed me, Seymour.
Oh my god, stop it.
That was just a voice that I thought about. I'm not calling you a big man-eating plant.
Apparently you are.
Maybe.
So my next one is okay. It's a big encompassing thing of zoo-like at park plus safari. Like more like Animal Kingdom type stuff.
Literally all I was about to say was, so you want Animal Kingdom is what you're saying. I want more zoo-like safari park. Animal Kingdom?
Well, just more like interactive. Like that park is so much more interactive. It's it's got like the zoo kind of learning atmosphere. I know it's not as...
No, I'm poking fun.
I know. But yeah, like the whole like interactive kind of learning, more than just rides and shows. And then they have the safari, which as much as it is a air quotes ride, it's an experience.
No, I understand. I totally understand what you're saying.
And that leads to also the bonus thing that we did, like that whole trek, the Wild Africa trek. Yeah,
which was amazing.
Yeah, so it leads to more experiences that are off the beaten track and just really, really cool.
BT Dubs, if you want to see the Wild Africa trek, I wore a GoPro the entire time, and it's on our YouTube channel.
Yes.
Be forewarned, I think it's like 45 minutes long.
And he also sings the Indiana Jones tune and walks over
I'm pretty sure don't.
Well, you do in your head then.
I definitely do that.
Okay, if you watch the video, as he's walking over the rope bridge, over the alligators, he's singing the Indiana Jones tune in his head.
Pretty much when you hear me yell, it's like Indiana Jones!
Yeah.
That's when you can cue the music in my head, and I just imagine myself as a sweaty, shirtless Harrison Ford.
Yep. I think you imagine yourself like that a lot.
A sweaty, shirtless Harrison Ford with my shirt half torn open.
Yeah.
With the Shankara stones in one hand and like the evil priest coming from the other side, and all I have to do is drop down and save the earth, pretty much. Like,
yes.
Yeah, I do that quite often.
That was quite specific.
Moving on. No, I definitely agree. I think having a park that is focusing more on a learning aspect, interactive aspect that isn't just, like you said, not just a straightforward theme park that shows and nighttime spectaculars of rides.
Yeah.
Or at least encompassing something different.
It just
like
has
the
a different
safari,
option.
which is a ride, but
Yeah.
a lot more than just that.
Yeah, I mean, because
Would be cool.
that the park also has, Expedition Everest and rides, but it has just a little bit more that I really appreciate.
Yeah, and the thing is that it isn't that Disneyland doesn't have things that you don't. That Disneyland doesn't have things that aren't. How am I trying to say this? There are things you can learn about in Disneyland and DCA.
Yeah.
In Red Creek Trail or in Soarin' you learn a little bit, or just like in different aspects of the resort you do learn a little bit
smaller scale.
on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
But you want something on a much bigger scale.
Yeah.
No, that makes plenty of sense, and I agree. And I mean, it would be nice to have something along the lines of an Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
I think that would be really cool.
I think so.
Maybe at some point, like, it would be really cool if they could tie something together with the Santa Ana Zoo or something. Because because the Santa Ana Zoo is like right down the 5 freeway. It's not that far off.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ideas. That's
Probably,
a good one.
Yeah. Thank you.
My next one. Since you went specific, I'll go specific. Well, yours was kind of general for sure.
My first one was very specific.
That's true. I'll go specific.
Okay.
I want American Adventure, damn it. That thing made me cry. Like, I teared up how good that show was.
Yeah.
I love Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, and I would never want to lose that ever.
Uh-huh.
I get mad when they replace it with a stupid trailer for a movie. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
No one's gonna see Dumbo anyway.
Yeah.
In general, like, I don't even know where they would put American Adventure in Disneyland, or begin to think how they would be able to rebuild that sort of place, because Walt Disney World is, built so much higher than Disneyland is, and there's space underneath for like all those massive sets go up and down.
Yeah.
I can't even begin to think of where they would put it in Disneyland.
Yeah, I don't know.
It would have to be rethemed. It would have to be rethemed in a way that would fit Main Street.
Yeah.
Or fit like the Frontierland maybe. Or I can't imagine it in New Orleans Square. I can't imagine it in Critter Country. I can't imagine it in Tomorrowland.
No. It's
to me it's or Adventureland.
It would be Frontierland.
It has to be Frontierland, or it has to be Main Street USA. And I like maybe get rid of like 4 shops and the theater where they would do like the Mickey Mouse cartoons. Like, nobody goes in there.
That theater can go.
No one goes in there.
No one goes in there.
Like,
people
we'll take Aaron
sleep in there. On the
like,
24-hour nights, people sleep in there.
Yeah, and then also people go in there just to get air conditioning and relax and plug in their phones.
Yeah.
But yeah, American Adventure, to me, it's a classic Epcot attraction that I think could do very well over here on the West Coast. Especially for those people who just, like, after seeing it once, like myself, who just completely fell in love with it.
You did, yeah.
Then also we'd have... Oh, wait, will they play... No, that would cause a problem. Because they play that song at the end of Mr. Lincoln that they also play at the end of...
I know, I like that
American
song.
Adventure.
I know, it reminds me of American Adventure, so
I think... Is it called a... Oh my god, I'm gonna hate myself. I can't remember the name. But I know the lyrics.
Yeah.
Is it... Oh no, what's the song name?
I don't know.
I honestly can't think of the song name.
That's fine.
It's not fine. I'm gonna think of it. It's...
Golden Dreams.
Yes, thank you. I was thinking like American something. I don't know why. In my American Adventure, my mind was on like a 1 track.
Yeah.
I could not get off it. Yes, Golden Dreams. America with your golden... Yeah, no, you know the thing. Yeah, that song. We would have 2 attractions with that song.
Well, they'd have to just think of a whole new song then.
Mr. Lincoln, you're so cool, Mr. Lincoln.
There, problem solved. That's great.
Right there.
Yeah. Golden. It's perfect.
Golden. Inside joke that nobody else knows except for us.
So it's my turn.
Yes, it is your turn.
I want more bars. Like themed bars. Like fun themed bars.
I want drinks. More of them.
I do. Well, like they have Jacques Lindsay's. They have that kind of magic themed bar in it's the Boardwalk Hotel.
Yeah, it's Abracadabra.
Abracadabra.
Which Rick West talks about all the time.
Like, I just think that would be fun. And I guess see, this is where I ran into my problem, because one of the other things that I wanted was, like, cooler hotels, you know, and so I guess that ties into it too. So cooler hotels to put cooler bars in. So just more space to put more hotels,
more space
which are
for
cooler,
more bars.
Yes.
With all the free space, just build a whole bunch of bars.
Like, Trader Sam's is fun. We go there a lot, you know. It's like, it'd be fun to have a different option. Like, we love Jock Lindsay's, like, that was fun, you know. And then, you know, I'm tired of that too, let's go to Abracadabra, you know. It's like, just more options.
A lot of the things that we want are kind of tied into each other a little bit.
They are.
In order to have more bars, we need more space. In order to have another theme park that's kind of like Animal Kingdom, we need more space. To have more space, we need more space.
Yeah.
They're all tied together. They really are. To have American Adventure, we need more space.
Yeah.
No, I think that's a good one, because I kind of agree. Like, as much as I love Trader Sam's, there becomes a number of times that you go there where it's like, I've gotten every single drink on this list.
We've reached the
point. I love this so much, but what else can I do?
We've reached the point where if we're not bringing people who haven't been before, we sit outside.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, we sit inside rarely.
Yeah.
I mean, we rarely go as it is now that we have a kid. But I mean, on top of that, I'm just over getting sprayed in the face with water.
Yeah.
Like, literally someone like just shooting a nozzle full of water at my face. Like, hey, it's lava.
Yeah.
Right in the face.
And like, honestly, it's like, if I am sitting inside, I want to be sitting at the bar. I don't want to be sitting at a table, because I want the interaction with, like, the person making my drinks. Yeah.
That is part of the charm of ours.
Yeah. So if I'm inside, that's where I want to be sitting.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes at night when it's like cooler nights, they'll have the like Hawaiian music, like live Hawaiian music playing on the outside.
Yeah.
Which to me is a lot nicer than having the loud inside bar.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that, like on those kinds of nights, and just like chilling out with the music and having a nice drink in my hand and munching on some food. It's actually really nice.
Yeah.
And I would really love that kind of environment in a different aspect with, like you said, a different cool themed bar.
Yeah.
Like if they had, like, imagine like an Abracadabra that had magicians walking around or something. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Or even like a Jock Lindsay style bar that's just in downtown Disney. Like, imagine instead of a Catal, whatever that weird center one is that's in the middle, imagine that being like a Disney themed bar. Like, where each drink is, like, based on, like, a Disney villain or something.
It's a carousel of progress.
It's a carousel of progress. Progress from sober to completely S-faced.
No, okay. No, the bar inside, like, your bar stools on the outside stay stationary, but the bar inside moves. And so, like,
that's real bad for people who have been drinking way too much.
No, so, like, the bartender takes your order, and they have totally make it around to you again in order to give it to you. It's a great idea.
That's stressful.
It's a great idea.
That stresses me out.
It's a great idea.
And call it the Carousel of Progress Bar? What would you call it?
The Carousel of Alcohol. I couldn't think of anything.
That's very straightforward.
I was under pressure. I couldn't think of anything. The Carousel of Inebriation.
That's like the same thing.
But cooler.
Is it?
Yes. The Carousel of... I don't know. I'm lost.
The Carousel of...
Intoxication.
Why does it have to be like getting drunk?
The Carousel of Fun.
If you think of a good name for Nikki's idea, let us know. It has to revolve around Carousel of Progress and a bar.
Yeah.
And it has to be kind of like a fun name.
The Baracel of Progress.
That's better than anything you've thought of so far. I'll go with it. Sold. The Baracel of Progress. Yes. It's a great, big, beautiful bar.
It's a great, big, beautiful
Come on in and take a drink with us.
As long as you don't drink so very much.
We have two different songs.
It's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Just be sure not to lose your lunch.
Thank you for that. I think a lot of people are very thankful for that. So next on my list, before we go too far into
That.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you've heard me bitch and moan about this a lot, I want value resorts.
Yeah.
I want hotels on Disney property, or at least owned by Disney somewhere else,
Yeah.
that are value.
Because who the heck can afford to stay in the 3 hotels we have? Well,
The Paradise Pier Hotel is the most affordable out of them, and
It's
I guess
still
you
not
could,
affordable.
I guess you could consider it the particular value resort, but it's last time I checked, it was like $300 something a night.
that's not value.
Disneyland Hotel was like $5 something a night.
Yeah.
I think the Grand California was like $700, $800 a night.
Relative value isn't value, though.
Yeah, relative value isn't value. I'm talking like
$150.
All-Star Resorts
Yeah.
or something like that. I think those are fantastic.
Yeah.
Especially for the people who want to stay on property, who want the perks of staying on property, but who just can't afford it.
Yeah.
Like, the prices to stay on property at Disneyland are outrageous. And the reason why is because there aren't that many hotel rooms. There really aren't. And they could charge whatever they want because there aren't that many.
Yep.
If they had a lot, they wouldn't be, like, I think they probably could charge the same amount.
Yeah.
But I feel like if they were to have a particular resort that was a little lower, and even if it was, like, less perks, it would bring more people in, but that's also not solving any problems.
I think the fact.
By the way, any of these things on this list, I know they might cause continue to cause the problem of overcrowding at Disneyland, but we're not thinking of that.
I think that they are too overpriced just for the sheer fact that in less than a month, Star Wars Land is opening, and they still have rooms available at the hotels.
Do they really?
They do, because when they put in the thing to reserve your time for your entrance to Star Wars Land, they said, "Oh, sorry, all of the paid reserve your time."
Hotel guests.
All of the reserve your time. Just
the free
ones. All the free ones
Booked
are
up in
gone.
2 hours.
But you can still reserve a time if you book a hotel room.
That's actually a good point.
Yeah, so the hotel rooms are still available, which says to me that even on their most high demand time ever, there are still rooms available because they're so expensive and people can't afford to stay there.
Do you know this for a fact?
Yes,
How'd you know this?
because they announced it on everywhere
What?
that the reserve your times are gone, but you can still reserve your time by booking a hotel. They said that. Disneyland said that. It was on the news. It was everywhere.
Interesting.
Where were you?
Not there.
I don't know. I saw that for a fact.
I mean, as of this podcast,
It's been a few days.
I don't know if that's still the case.
Yeah.
But I still find that interesting that, like you said,
As of like 2 days ago, that was the case.
it's their biggest opening of anything really ever.
And there's still rooms available.
And there's still rooms available
Yeah.
for people to, because it's like, are you gonna really pay $500 just to get the Galaxy's Edge thing? I mean, I guess that's a better deal than going with the scalpers that are charging $1,500 to get early entry to Galaxy's Edge or a timed entry. Like, seriously, it's ridiculous. Yeah, but overall, I just want more affordable hotels. Because even like for locals like us, we can't afford to go to Disneyland Hotel. We can't afford to go to the Grand California. We can't afford to really any of those.
stayed there. Yeah.
Like, if we've never stayed there, but that's also like the benefit of being a local. But on top of that,
Well, no,
like,
but
I just want to go there.
We've stayed in her surrounding hotels. We've paid $100 to $125 to stay in a hotel just as close to be honest, just as close to the park entrance as the Disneyland hotels, over by Trader
point.
Sam's. We've paid half or less than half of the cost to be just as close. So why would you pay the price to be on property other than just for the sake of being on property?
If a hotel on Disneyland property was like $200, I'd pay it.
Yeah, I would too.
I'm not going to pay $350 or $400
No.
for a night. I'm just simply not going to. So you're saying to me, you have to pay us $500 pretty much in order for you to sleep. I'm literally sleeping my money away.
Yeah.
Which is the reason why whenever we go to Walt Disney World, we like staying at a place that's a little bit cheaper, that's on the back end of things, because we're going to be in the parks all the time.
Yeah.
We're not going to be at our hotel constantly.
Same thing as Universal. We stayed at Cabana Bay, which is one of their...
And I loved Cabana
Oh my
Bay.
gosh, it was amazing. It was
I
amazing.
loved it so much.
Yeah.
And had a great view of Volcano Bay. Even though
Yeah.
we weren't going, it was still nice to see a new area that I've never seen before.
Exactly.
So yeah, Value Resorts is a big one for me. That's like
Yeah.
really big.
Uh-huh.
So, what is your next one?
I...
This is the last one on your list because we shared one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could think of another one, though. I'm having fun.
Yeah, sure. Go think of other ones.
My next one is I wish that we had it ties in with space. I wish that we had more water and everything that comes along with having more water. So having more... So, like, Walt Disney World has the mode of transportations that you can take by water.
I was very confused at what you were saying.
It has the... I was so thirsty in Disneyland, they have no water. No. Oh, my God, that's a gross sound. No, it's just all of the stuff that comes along with it. Like, we took a boat ride during fireworks time, and we watched the fireworks from outside of the park. And we, it was outside of Magic Kingdom. Like, that was so fun. We took we took
a ferry from Port Orleans all the way to Disney Springs.
Yeah.
And back.
Did we do the...
No, we didn't do paddle boats.
We didn't do the paddle boats, but they have paddle boats.
They have a whole bunch of other water-related activities.
Just water activities, and I just love that, and I love that, that's an option for something not to do in the parks, and it's just fun. And also, just the parks in general have more bigger bodies of water in them.
Yeah.
And as a person who sometimes in the parks just likes to chill and have a nice spot to just like relax, I love sitting by a good body of water. So nice.
Nothing like sitting next to a body of water.
It's just really relaxing. Good. It's really relaxing.
No, I know what you mean. And yeah, that really does come with the space idea because it's like, where would you put any of that at Disneyland? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like maybe the entire Esplanade is now just 3 inches full of water. You just got to tread through it.
You have to swim to the castle.
Exactly.
Go.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like if we had the amount of space as Walt Disney World had, I wouldn't imagine they wouldn't do it. Like do something similar along the lines of like mode of transportation. Yeah. Because it is unique and it is fun.
Oh, super
to have something like that.
Yeah.
So, that's an interesting one. I like that one.
Yeah.
My next one. I want magic bands. Mm-hmm. I am tired of Max Pass.
Yeah.
I hate Max Pass. I hate it with a passion because guess what? It's going to get really freaking expensive. Mm-hmm. I guarantee you it's not going to stay 10 to 15 bucks.
Yeah.
It's going to go up. And, we have Walt Disney World that has the same type of system for free.
Yeah.
Yet we have to pay money for ours. Although, the one benefit that comes with Max Pass is the unlimited download of photos.
Yeah.
Because, you have the Memory Maker at Walt Disney World, which costs $100 whatever for one day. Mm-hmm. We don't need that. Like, we pay the $15 and we can have it for the one day, which is kind of nice. That is really cool. But I would prefer them to be two separate things. I think it's only fair to have a Magic Band system and then a photography system where you could buy that package if you really want to.
Yeah.
I don't think they need to be packaged together. I think that's the only way that they're able to actually sell Max Pass to me, in my opinion.
Is the photos.
Yeah. Because if you and I went to Disneyland, because now we're not pass holders, like, oh, do we need Max Pass? And if it was only just doing it on your phone, I'd probably say no.
Yeah, no, we would just go to the rides.
The only reason why we do Max Pass is for the photos.
Uh-huh. Because, especially with Aaron now, it's a bigger
draw.
Reason to want the photos. Like, yeah, we've seen Mickey a million times. Do we need another photo with him? We've been on Splash Mountain a dozen times. Do we need another photo? No, but it's being there with Erin, I think, and just, making the memories, with her. And so that $15 is totally worth it to get the pictures.
Yeah, but is the $15 worth it to do it on your phone?
No, it's not.
Like, if it were just by itself? No. I don't know why the Magic Band system doesn't work in California.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of different reasons.
I've heard a lot of reasons, too.
It's because of the freeways, or it's because... the RFID Wi-Fi thing isn't, like, strong enough. Like, I've heard so many reasons. I've never heard a definitive, like, once and for all, this is the reason why it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because I remember way back when, we started seeing those little Mickey Mouse logos.
Yeah, on stuff.
Yeah, they were showing up on like carts of food and stuff where people could pay.
And then they went away.
But then they went away.
Yeah.
So, and then also when we were getting the scanners, we were like, oh, maybe. Still no.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, if there isn't a good reason why we can't have them, I don't know why we don't have them. Because I actually think it's a good way of making money. And Disneyland's all about making money. I mean, look at all the magic bands they have over there at Walt Disney World. They have, like, limited edition ones, like, constantly.
Yeah. I think just the fact that you can, in Walt Disney World, you can hook your mode of payment up to the magic band and just scan your wrist. You spend way more money than you realize.
That happened
like, because we went there on our honeymoon, so we could afford it. You know, we had the money, and we had lots of gift cards that, you know, was loaded on there that we burned through first. You know, we had a whole bunch of, you know, gift money from the wedding specifically for our honeymoon that was, you know, we had in our account. But man, that bill at the end.
That was a crazy bill.
But yeah, and
That
it was
scared
all
me.
because, you know, we had the money, so we were covered, but it was all because, you know, just wave your wrist in front of the magic thingy and you get everything you want. And so we just kept waving our wrist and you don't see it going. And so, like, I can see that happening over there. And if I'd say they would make a little bit more money with that system over here too, because it's a lot easier. Because, like, they say that using your debit card, you spend a little bit more than having cash. And I feel like, because, you know, it's not tangible, it's not in your pocket, you know, and I feel like the Magic Band is even a step more, a step farther from that. Like, the money is even less tangible to you.
It's even less. Yeah, I 100% agree.
Yeah.
So, like, without knowing a foolproof reason why we can't have it, I want it.
Yeah.
I want it so bad.
Yeah.
I want to just have an easy process of paying. I want it with the the free system of just electronically booking fast passes. I don't think we need to pay for that, and I'd much rather pay for photos separately than Max Pass instead of them booking it together,
Yeah.
because I just don't like how they're using the photos as a way for people to get Max Pass. So that's kind of where I am at on that one.
Yeah.
You thought you said you'd think of another one.
Okay. There was one.
Okay.
There was one that was kind of floating around in my head of like, oh, should it be on the list, should it not? And I didn't put it on my list, but
Runner-up.
I want a monorail that serves a purpose. Our monorail is more just like a gimmicky, like...
It does serve a purpose, though.
Well, it gets people from downtown Disney to
Tomorrowland.
but you could walk faster than waiting in the line for the monorail.
Depends on the day.
Most of the time, I could walk to the monorail station in downtown Disney from Tomorrowland faster than waiting in the line to take the monorail.
I'd like to test that.
That's fine. We can test it. But I'm just saying that right now, it's more of an experience. It's more of a, hey, it's fun. It's the monorail. It's a Disney classic. Let's hop on. You don't do it because you want to get to downtown Disney in a hurry. You know, unless you are in need of it. You know, unless the walk or the trek would, you know, in other words, be, you know, a stressor. You know, but for most of the people, it's more of an experience.
I would agree with that to a
Yes.
certain extent. Yes, that our monorail serves less of a purpose than the monorail at Walt Disney
But
World.
at Walt Disney World, it could take you to your hotel. If you stay in one of the hotels that it goes through, you could take it to Magic Kingdom and Epcot. Am I making that up?
Yeah, I think you're making that up.
What does it go to?
But there is the TTC where you hop on other monorails to go other places.
Yeah, but you can get to. But you have to go.
No, it goes through Epcot. You're
Yeah.
right, 100%. I'm actually
Yeah.
100% wrong. Yeah, Epcot goes through Epcot.
Yeah, so that's what it was. It's a little bit less of a firm want. It was more like, that'd be cool if it served more of a purpose. So that's why I was kind of on the outskirts of my list.
Yeah, it serves a minimal purpose, but you want it to serve a bigger purpose.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good one. I would agree with that. I think there's an appeal to having the monorail here that's just... like you said, it's a Disney classic.
Yeah.
You need to ride the monorail when you're at Disneyland. It's just something fun to do.
Yeah.
Do you think you would ride it that often if it were actually something that was useful, though? Like taking you somewhere?
Yeah, if it dropped me off in a hotel where I could go to a bar, I would definitely go more often.
I know that they have a station downtown Disney, but I am really surprised that they haven't ever thought about expanding it so that it like stops in the hotels. Like it goes all the way through Grand Californian.
Yeah.
Like it goes through that hotel, but it doesn't stop.
Yeah. Like it could stop in Grand Californian. They could make it honestly like a much bigger loop, and it could go. Maybe there's a reason why it couldn't, but I don't see why it couldn't go to the Disneyland hotels across the street.
Space.
Space. Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking that does go over a street.
Yeah.
So maybe there's a logistical reason why they can't do that.
There might be.
But like, even put a station in California Adventure. You know, it's like why not? Because that's a hassle. You know, like getting out your tickets and all that. I mean, maybe that's why, because they'd have to have a ticket station then. You know, you would need it. Well, no, but you already do need it. Okay, no, see, that's why they don't. Because you need a ticket to go from downtown Disney into Disneyland.
But you don't need to have a ticket.
But you don't need to have a ticket on the Disneyland side. But if it stopped in California Adventure, you would need a ticket. But if it stopped in California Adventure, or not California, if it stopped in the Grand Californian Hotel, that's very close to the entrance to California Adventure.
Yeah.
So that
defeats the purpose.
No, so I'm just saying a stop in the Grand Californian would be handy, because you wouldn't need a ticket then to California Adventure, but you're still close to a California Adventure entrance to the park.
Yeah, because there's an entrance to California Adventure through the hotel anyway.
Yeah.
So you're saying not one for DCA, but one for the hotel.
Because then you're still close to an entrance to DCA.
One for Disneyland, which already exists. One for Downtown Disney.
And one
would you think? Get rid of the one for Downtown Disney and build one for the Disneyland Hotel, like further extend it so that it goes all the way to the Disneyland Hotel.
No, I would
so
leave
then
the
it stops
Downtown
at Disneyland
Disneyland
Hotel and it goes to the Grand Californian and Disneyland.
No, I would just add 2 hotel stops.
So you would have it stop in Disneyland Hotel and it would stop at
Grand California.
Grand California.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
See, that would make it a lot more useful.
Yeah.
Because there's, like, and then also on top of that, like, if we wanted to go to the Grand California, which we like just going there just to hang out and go to, like, one of the bars in there, or just, like, chill out inside the lobby, we could from Disneyland instead of having to get out and walk our butts all the way down.
Yeah.
Just a nice, more relaxed version of getting there.
Yeah. If I'm sitting by Autopia and I'm like, dang, I want to be in the Grand Californian bar right now, I'm not going to go. You know, but if I'm right by the monorail station, I'm like, oh, I could just hop on there and chill all the way there. Yeah, I'm going to go.
No, that sounds good. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the last one that I have on my list is a little bit more specific, but something that we were supposed to get that we didn't get. That was something that's very similar to Epcot, which was Westcott. Mm-hmm. We were supposed to get Westcott out here a long time ago before DCA was even a thing.
It still makes me sad that that didn't happen.
And it was supposed to be pretty similar, obviously not like exactly similar, but a lot of similarities to Epcot with a World Showcase. We were going to have something that was similar to a Spaceship Earth. There was a lot of similarities. And I'm really sad we never got it, especially after like having experienced Epcot and how much I love Epcot. Mm-hmm. And not having that here makes me so sad. And the woulda, coulda, shoulda, and the would have beens would have been amazing. I would love to do an episode all about Westcott and what we could have had.
That'd be fun.
And once again, City of Anaheim didn't want to. They didn't want to invest the money into infrastructure for it. But look at where that leaves them now. They need infrastructure for the opening of Galaxy's Edge, and everything they're doing is not going to help.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of things like that going on. But I wish we had something like that. We would have had such a cool theme park.
Yeah, that makes me sad that we don't. Because, I mean, DCA has improved, but yeah.
I mean, it's improved. It's a good theme park, but there's also a lot of steps backwards in my mind.
It's like, to me, the Food and Wine, it just feels like a sad kind of
bastardized version
of Epcot. Yeah. It's cramped. It's stressful. It's just too tiny for me.
Yeah.
It fills me with anxiety, to be honest. I don't like going to Food and Wine.
Because there's a lot of people.
There's a lot of booths.
A lot of people.
There's a lot of people. There's a
yeah.
lot of lines. The food's really tiny and really expensive, and there's no place to eat it. It's very stressful to me. So I don't like going to it.
And I mean, like, I don't know. I don't want to crap on DCA because there's a lot of things about DCA I really, really like.
I know, and it has improved a lot from its opening. But just knowing that we could have had something that didn't need improving.
Exactly. There was a lot of things about DCA that didn't need improving, but they improved a lot of things that did need it.
No, you're missing what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that DCA has improved a lot since its initial poor opening.
Yeah.
But just thinking of the fact that we could have had a park over there that didn't need improving, that would have been awesome from the get-go in Westcott.
Well, that's hard to say because we don't know what it would have been. Yeah. We don't know how would have it done with the audiences, how it would have been executed. A lot of those open-ended things.
But if it was similar to Epcot, it has a good start.
Which Epcot had a lot of love early on. Yeah. Right now it's getting a lot of hate for like the progress that they're going through and what they're doing, putting IP in there, all these things. So there's a lot of change happening to Epcot that people don't like. So I'm wondering if that would have been a similar situation if we were to bring something over like Westcott. Would that have been a similar situation for us where they started to add IP in there and people shouldn't get mad and not liking the progress in which it was going? So it's almost a backwards way of it, like a DCA not being good and then getting better. Westcott or Epcot starting great and then kind of not getting the best.
Yeah, people are thrilled with all the changes to DCA.
Pixar Pier, oh my god.
Yeah, well, you don't like Pixar Pier, but you know...
It's an unnecessary change. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it was unnecessary, for sure. But for all its unnecessariness, it's fine. You know, it's cute. It's fine. The Incredicoaster is fun, you have to admit that.
Okay, I have a lot of problems. Like, I like Incredicoaster. I actually really enjoy it, and I like that there's a slight story to it. Love what they added to it. Love the Michael Giacchino music. Absolutely love it. What bothers me the most is that you have two separate IP that I think could have been better suited for that attraction. And I'll give you two examples of those two things. One, it's a roller coaster, and you have a movie about emotions. Emotional roller coaster. It could have been Inside Out.
You just like to play on words. What's the next one?
Don't placate, or don't put me aside. I'm pointing at you with my pen.
What's your next one?
The previous attraction is called California Screamin'. And you have an IP that's Pixar. That movie is all about obtaining screams. Monsters, Inc.
Monsters, Inc.
You could have kept the Screamin' name and put Monsters, Inc. logos all over that. It should have said, Monstropolis has created this brand new technology to attain screams to power their city.
That would have been cute.
So you have to write it.
And lights could have come on at night, as you're screaming.
They could have, the tunnels could have looked like the batteries maybe or something, and it could have lit up on the side instead of ugly red tubes.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Well, anyway, I think Incredicoaster is cute. And I've actually ridden it now that I'm not pregnant, and it was a bunch of fun. I like all the Jack-Jacks, and so I don't have...
Num cookie!
I don't have... It's funny because you can hear him yelling that
at the
from
bathrooms.
Off of the roller coaster, from everywhere in that area. Num num cookie!
Num num cookie!
Cookie! So I like it, and I don't hate all the changes to Pixar Pier.
So
Paradise Pier, Pixar Pier.
I like some of the stuff individually. But I don't like Pixar Pier.
I like the Lamplight Lounge.
Lamplight Lounge was good.
Yeah.
Incredicoaster is good. Toy Story Midway Mania is still, I mean, there's no improvements to it.
It's still fun.
It's still fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
But overall, I didn't think that a complete re-theme was necessary for the land.
Okay, so I think in DCA, they're trying to go more of the Disney route of having specific areas themed to certain things. You know, so Paradise Pier is just like a non-themed entity at that point then.
Is Adventureland a non-themed entity then?
No, Adventureland is Disney. You can't say that about Disneyland, because Disneyland is... those are their themed areas. So for DCA, they wanted to have, I think, probably more defined themed areas. Like they're going to have the whole Marvel area.
Or just
then,
adding IP to it.
Yeah, probably just adding IP to it.
It's probably just that, because I felt like it was a defined area alone.
Yeah. It was up here.
Paradise Pier was like a board, it was like beachside boardwalk, like 19 whatevers.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful the way it was. And now I just feel like it's ugly.
It's not ugly. It looks
I don't
the
like
same.
the colors. No, the color scheme is completely different.
Oh, it's red instead of blue.
No, not the tubes. There's a whole bunch of other stuff, too.
Why do you have an accent when you say tubes?
The tubes.
Why?
I don't like the tubes.
Well, anyway, tangent at the end. I'm sorry, audience.
That is a normal thing for
yeah.
us. That doesn't stop any episode.
But I think that I like the direction DCA is going. I'm excited for all the Marvel stuff. I miss Bugsland, but I'm excited for all the Marvel stuff.
They got squashed by a big boot from Thor.
So I'm not unhappy with all the changes over there. I just don't like Food and Wine.
If I had the Infinity Gauntlet, I'd snap and make Pixar Pier disappear.
I know you would.
To dust.
That's so many things you could use the Infinity Gauntlet for, and he gets it and he's like, finally, Pixar Pier is gone.
All the good I could do. And I focus on theme park stuff. Well, anyway, that ends this fun episode. We just want to do a lighthearted, fun, simple episode.
Yeah.
No news, no crazy stuff. Let's just talk about theme park fun and
hear
nerdiness.
Us jibber jabber, get a little bit of insight into our
brains,
wants, and
I was way off.
Yeah,
I was way off. From
you don't want to. You don't want to know our brains.
You don't want to know our brains.
No. I don't even want to know
my brain.
Stop it.
Nikki's so mad. I'm not gonna copy you. I swear to God, I'm not gonna copy you.
It's too late for this game. It's way too late for this.
It's only 10:30.
It's late for me.
Is it just like because time moves slower when I annoy you?
No, it's just late.
He's like genuinely sad.
I'm just so tired. I'm usually, you know me, I like fall asleep at like 9.
You pumpkin.
I do. I fall asleep at like
into a pumpkin.
If people don't understand, I pumpkin. It's like Cinderella's carriage turning into a pumpkin. Pumpkin
at a time.
I just become useless.
A pumpkin.
I just become useless.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for tuning into this fun episode of the Theme Park Duo Podcast. We got to get through this before Nikki turns into a pumpkin.
Oh, too late. I'm an angry pumpkin.
She's turning orange, people. And round.
Oh, you.
Once again, thank you for tuning in. If you guys want to check us out on our social media, make sure you head over to Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. All you have to search is Theme Park Duo. And if you want to head over to TeePublic, you can check out our shirts. The link is in the description of every single show. And then, if you want to email us, you can always email us at
themeparkduo@gmail.com.
And always make sure to check out our partners in crime, UUOP, over at their podcast all about Universal Orlando Resort.
We should put a t-shirt on our site that says like
Orange and round?
No, it says like at 9 o'clock I pumpkin.
No one would buy that shirt.
I would buy
it. Yeah, no. I'm not doing that. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. And always remember,
there's always a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. See ya.
Thanks for riding with the Theme Park Duo. Make sure to gather all your belongings before the end of the podcast. Bye-bye.